So baby, remember my name. Hey. Now I'll tell you about Irene Cara. She never did carry that heavy accent that a lot of them Puerto Ricans and Cubans carry, but and she looked black. I mean, she's beautiful as hell, but she was fairly good bit dark complected. Had a very dark complexion, but she was a great singer, great performer. She knew how to throw a show. Hey man, recharged my old jet lighter here with some of that good stuff. Let me show you, boy, this mother. Look at that. Can you see that? I don't know if you see it or not. That bad boy's lighting off like thunder. Remember that movie with what's his name? That damn wrestler that turned movie actor that used to wave his arms back and forth and then give the people's elbow. Well, whatever his name was. He was in that movie and he had with that one white guy, Rob Schneider, I think, whatever the fuck his name was. Anyway, and the guy goes, oh, you want some of this, do you? A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning. What a wimpy ass dude. Then he'd go to hit somebody and it hurt his bitty hand. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Spartan. Yeah, I see that reminds me of. Hey, Spartan, you got mentioned on my live stream, buddy. How'd you like it? Don't get your panties in a wad because I know you keep them tied up your ass. And if you get all upset and start breathing real hard, them panties are liable to, kind of scroll down your butt cheeks and wad up there in your butthole. And we know that butthole's blown out. It might just gobble up all the panties you got back there, son. So, be careful. I don't know what you got lined up on that thing. You might have a couple of toothpicks back there for looks, and them things go up there. Ooh, boy, that can't be good. I know you blown out booty hole guys. You got health issues already. You don't need any more. Anyway, it is a beautiful day out here. It's beautiful, absolutely fabulous. I didn't think I seen a few bald eagles here. So we got bald eagles not far from here, but they're not right here right now. But where I saw them at was over there, and I think they're hunting out that direction. If they fly up in the air, we'll probably be able to see them, but they're staying kind of above treetop level a little ways, and a couple of birds I've never seen before here. But until they come area and start hunting, we're not going to get a good look at them. So if no other birds have all the other birds scared off, the damn bald eagle's going to scare the rest of them off. And the one good thing about the bald eagle is the bald eagle does have friends. And they're not all eagles. So if the bald eagles do take control over this area, number one, it'll be cool to get some bald eagles on the live stream of the adult variety, because the only ones I've seen so far were all juveniles. They were youths. Like they would have maybe one of them had white on his head, but not on the wingtips yet. See, they don't get the white on the wingtips until they reach full maturity. And a lot of people don't know that. But if they only got like maybe no white or a little bit white on their head, then they're a juvenile. Or they could have a fully white head but no white on the tips of the wings. Well, he's still not fully developed into being an adult yet. And he still won't be full grown, but he'll be an adult. And oh look, there's one over there. I don't know what that is. Ooh, baby, look at him go. Look at him go. He's a big one. I don't know what he is. I think he's a black eagle. From this distance, it's kind of hard to tell. But, oof, that's a big, massive bird right there. That's definitely an eagle. I'm pretty sure it's an eagle. I mean, it could be a vulture, but not the variety of vulture that you guys are used to seeing. Down here, we have two vulture types, and one of them is more of a lighter multicolor, and the other one is a darker persuasion, but that is not. I don't think that is a vulture. It's coming closer and closer. That's definitely a black eagle. Yeah. Oh, he's a big one, ain't he? Look how far off he is, and you can see him plain as day. He's just gliding through there looking for some rabbits to eat, or maybe a house cat or a big rat or something like that, right? All right, well, he goes in behind that tree and flies over that way. I'm not going to chase him down. Yeah, I've seen plenty of them on my live stream. Da 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 da. Oh boy. I gotta go share my link, man. I need to get some more people over here watching. And this thing ain't working, man. I noticed that because I had like the whole time yesterday it was showing like 1 or 2 or 3 viewers. I think I got up to maybe 9 or 13 at one time even. And after the video, man, it was like a lot more than that watched the video. And I was like, so I don't know what's up with you. Restream. It might be YouTube still got that channel in or this channel in a bubble that I'm using. I don't really know offhand, but it could be anything. Dun 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 dun. Baby, you're mine. Yeah. So TBob just out back, relaxing. I need to get a few things done today, but you know, I got plenty of time in the day, so I can hang out here for a little while. Somebody made coffee this morning. Ooh-wee. So there's at least 3 eagles flying towards the garage area, but way out that way, and you can't really see them right now. So I just came to the back, and then there was a big black eagle just flew by, but he was a good ways off. But he was a big one. So if you know, there's nothing I see in the air. Oh wait, damn, there's another one. There's another. I don't know what that is. It could be another black eagle. It could be anything that far away. That's an eagle, though. It's another eagle. He's not as big as that last one, but he's pretty close. That last one was a big mother. This is a male here. That's why the males in the black eagles are about 1.5 to 2 feet shorter in the wingspan, wingtip to wingtip. So that's why. That's a male. The other one was the female, the big mama. The males typically do a lot of the fighting, but the females will come in and do a lot of reinforcement. And they'll battle it out to the death with other birds too. But the males are the primary hunters in the family. Big Mama just sits back and feeds a little nest and builds a nest mainly, and then the males, they go out and do all the hunting. They go out and do all the leg work. And then if they need Big Mama's big ass, then she'll come in and take care of business. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool, huh? Got to see, but he was pretty far off. And damn, I missed out. And there's two of them. There's one there and one there. And they're flying. They're kind of still way out, just like the bald eagles way over here are. They're even further out. You can't even see them. But if they get over there messing with the bald eagles will kill every one of them. Like real talk, or kill one and injure the other one. They might not even see the bald eagles stay low. Bald eagles inherently stay fairly low for most of their hunting, despite popular belief. There's a third one right there. Third or fourth. I really lost count, but I think it's the third one. That's a black eagle. Those are black eagles. They're not the common black hawk. They are the black eagle. This time of the year, we predominantly get a lot of eagles in here, and you're not going to see too many hawks. Like the one time I got over 40 black hawks and 2 live streams in one day. That's a lot. And but you will see different hawks flying in through here because they stay like below tree line for the most part because they know the eagles are up there and they ain't gonna mess with none of them. So they only go up when it's safe, but they generally stay down low. See, when you see one, they're flying by like that, right? And from tree to tree, out in the front yard, believe it or not, I've seen more different kinds of hawks than I have back here. But I mean, closer up anyway. I've actually seen more back here, but there's a lot of the smaller hawks that are flying through there, and owls. Got a lot of more owls out front, but I've seen a lot of owls back here. One time in the middle of the night at 2:30 a.m., a white hawk with the speckled black specks all over it come flying by and turned up, flying this way, and he looked right at me with a big old yellow eyes of his and just kept on flying like, okay, I see you. Now sometimes owls and the smaller hawks will come very close to you and scout you out. It's just in their nature, I think. So that's pretty cool. We got to see a few eagles. Toxic masculinity. No, I'm just repeating basic bird knowledge. The females, well, see, and you took that wrong. The males do all of the hunting, and they help with the nest about 20 to 25% of the time, depending on the type of bird. And but the females, they do some hunting, but when they hunt a little bit more, and then they come and they feed the young ones. Sometimes a male will do that. Like when he's done hunting for the day, he'll bring a meal back kind of thing. But the female will do it first thing of the morning, bring some food back, and then take off, bring some food back. And then she generally makes it about 3 to 5 trips in a day. So she does plenty of hunting. But when you see the female with a lot of males, generally what you're seeing is the males will go in and make the kill, and she'll come down and collect what she needs to take back to the nest. Does that make sense? And especially among bald eagles do not generally hunt alone, but you will see them alone a lot. They're not scared of too many birds. Bald eagles are actually more of a pack hunting bird, just like the majority of all big birds are. A vast majority of the big birds that you see, they're all pack hunters, like a wolf pack. That's the way they hunt, and defend and run if they got to run from a bird. nest building is woman's work. Well, I don't know. I mean, in the human world, it works so many different ways. It just doesn't really matter or apply to us as much. But in birdland, the male is the hunter, even though he's smaller by 2 feet wingtip to wingtip. He is built to fight. He's built to fight, and in particular, the female being slightly bigger has a little bit more reach with her peck. It just doesn't matter with the bald eagle that much, because a bald eagle, I mean, when you got a male bald eagle defending a kill or something, he will have no fear. He will jump at you and peck your ass like, good luck getting him. They'll defend their kill against a lot of wild cats. Not something too big, but a lot of other animals like wolves, or if there's one wolf, they'll defend against a wolf, no problem. If you get a pack of wolves in there, though, the bird's just going to take off. It's very seldom he gets caught by the wolf. But, a coyote or, smaller wild cat, they'll kill if the cat or whatever don't run off. I mean, they're a very formidable fighter. And if that family of bald eagles flies over this way, we'll get to see them today. If not, well, we got to see at least 3 or 4 black eagles today. So, but they were at a distance. I'm waiting for some to come in a little bit closer so we can get a better look at them. And but I couldn't believe it, man. I've never seen more than one bald eagle here at a time. I have not seen a pack of bald eagles here yet, or a family of them. And so today marks the first time that I've seen more than one bald eagle flying together and hunting together. Again, the problem is they're way off over there, and they're out that way. So they're not over here yet. But the fact that they are migrating that way, you're going to start today. So, again, we'll be able to see the bald eagles this week, not today on the live stream. Odds are very favorable in that, because they're migrating south. So they nested up a bit north of here. I still saw them. So that means keep a lookout for them. So that also means they're going to hunt this area. It's just a matter of time. The odd part is I don't know the migration of all of these birds by any means. Maybe 1% of them. But the black eagle this time of year migrates north. Is that weird or what? They're going from, down in South America all the way to wherever the hell they're going, but they're migrating north. Maybe you could look up the black eagle and see what its migration is through this part of Texas. That's a good question right there, Caleb. No, actually, bald eagles are a pack bird. I know you see on TV, they always show them solo, but that's because they want to zoom in on the bird and show him flying and all of that. Generally speaking, bald eagles are not solo hunters. That's a it's a misnomer. It's just not reality. And so far, the only ones I've seen were flying solo, but they weren't hunting. They were hauling ass to get somewhere. Like I saw, in fact, all 3 times I saw the bald eagle, they were flying right on this side of these trees right here, flying this way. And 2 of them were ewes, so they were very brown. They didn't have any white on them. But one of them had the white head, but he didn't have the wing tips that were white. So he was still a juvenile. Think of him as a teenager that's not really an adult yet. This is the first time I've seen a full family of eagles. Probably the male, the female, and the juvenile. So we'll probably get to see them. Probably get to see them out here hunting or something too. That'd be really neat. I just want to get that bald eagle under my belt with more than one. I want to get them, when they're up there, flying around hunting. And then you get to see how big they are compared to the other birds, like in reality. And the black eagles hunt as a family also, as a family unit. I'll tell you, a real pack bird is the common blackhawk. The common blackhawk does not have to hunt as a pack hunter. Trying to figure this out. Oh, there it is. Chat overlay. I finally figured that out, Wheezy, if you're out there anywhere. He's probably working right now, but I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. I accidentally hit this overlay button, chat overlay, and it does that. That's chat overlay. Makes sense, don't it? So I could show you a question like that, and it'd come up a lot better, I think, like that. Chat overlay, it's not very good unless people are really zooming in on your video. How do I feel about Botter's only 14? Well, you should save that for another video because right now we're bird watching. But since there's not a whole lot of birds out here because the eagles are all around here and they got everything scared off, I'll answer that question. Botter cannot be 14. It's not even possible. It's just not. It's not possible. So you're listening to people with zero evidence. They got no receipts. They got no receipts whatsoever that they've shown anybody, just a lot of hot air. And I'll explain how this goes down. So Chrissy Mayer calls the police, files a report, and she mentions that she thinks it's this guy named Botter because everybody's pointing the finger at Botter. Well, they've been doing that for years. This ain't nothing new. And Botter uses a voice overlay app, and he keeps it turned on unless he really wants to talk to somebody, and then he'll turn it off. And you can hear it when I talk to him all the time. If I dial his phone number when I'm upstairs on a PC, you'll hear him. He sounds Russian, but he's not. It's an app, and it repeats itself with the same exact wording over and over and over and over again. It's not a person talking. He's typed in to tell that app what to say, and he just keeps playing it over and over and over. The same thing. Every time, every video, the same. Now, if Potter was 14, then he was about 9 to 10 years old when he first started swatting people. You dig? 4 years ago, he was well known for swatting, right? Only he's never been arrested for it. So that just tells you he ain't the one doing it. That doesn't take a lot of brains. After, 400 or 500 people have called the police all over the place, filing reports against this Botter character, and they ain't been arrested yet, filing FBI reports and all of that shit. He's not the one doing it. He's the one taking credit for it, laughing at you dumb son of bitches, because he knows who it is, just like I've been knowing who it was. The guy doing all of that was King Cobra. He's the one. Them two are buddies, man. They, and at least to online buddies. I don't think they've ever met. I wouldn't know, but they. Botter is 22 or 23. He's got a very smart girlfriend that lives with him, and they have a child. So I'm pretty sure you can't be 14 years old and have all of that. It don't add up, man. It don't. And so y'all can think whatever you want. I'm done with it. I've been said my piece on it. It's not Botter. And Botter did not do any CPing. If he did CP, then he started doing that when he was 10 because they were blaming him for it 4 years ago. He's been getting blamed for 4 years. He's been getting reported by different communities for 4 years for doing the CP bombing and the porn bombing on these live streams, to include adult. So he's not the one doing it, guys. I just got to tell you, Winston was the one doing the CP bombing. Oh, look, there's one up close. Look at that. Oh, he's hunting. He might go in for a kill. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah. Let me get up for that one. Look at him. He's so pretty. He is beautiful. That is a black eagle. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. You know, I know. Because of the hunting pattern. Only eagles do that. If he was a hawk, he would have been circling. He wouldn't be flying like the way they've been flying. So that was the question, and I answered your question for you. It was not Botter, guy. It's not. It can't possibly be Botter. It just can't. But Botter's smart. I know that because his wife is really smart, and she's probably smarter than, I would say, 90% of the people that I've ever met on Discord. She's that smart. Like, she's pretty damn smart, and she's good looking too. How does a guy look out like that? Like, mother effer, shit. Anyway, he probably got a lot of money or good job or both. And no, they're working folks. They do a good job though. Botter's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's like Noodles. If you accuse him of being a pedophile, he'll go hang out at a fucking park where kids are at and just sit on the bench. Not even look at him. Just be honest. He would be looking the other way, just sitting on a bench, just so you can see him back of him, you know, all them kids behind him. They laughing at your ass. Noodles ain't no damn pedo, and Botter ain't. He's not the CP bomber. He's not the one. Look, I can tell you, Dumpster Rick has done more porn bombing on live streams than most all of you. Hell, there for a while, he was doing it every single day. And you people were scratching your heads, pointing fingers at everybody. And I know for a fact it was Dumpster Rick because he did it on mine. But he made the mistake of showing his face before he brought in the Playboy magazine or whatever he had, Penthouse or whatever it was he was showing to porn bomb everybody. And damn, that brunette has some big ones. I remember that one. You don't forget those anytime soon. With the big old areolas, like the big, like wrapped around the end. Oh, God dang. She was fucking hot. Anyway, he picked a good page to do it on mine. But he's porn bombed my channel, I think, maybe 6 or 7 times. I think he's lost count, to be honest with you. So, if you're looking at the main porn bomber in all the communities right now, I still got to point the finger at Dumpster Rick, although there are several people out there that do it, and y'all know who they are, or have done it, I'll say it that way. I haven't seen or heard of Dumpster Rick doing it in the past several months, the past 2.5 months maybe. But that don't mean he's not the one still doing it from time to time. He damn sure will do it, but he won't do it using his nuggins. He'll do it using a picture out of a book. So we know what he grew up doing a lot of. Yankety dankety dankety dank. Rolling them dice down the hallway. Yeah, buddy. But I don't know. I mean, everything is crazy, and it in this world. But I can tell you, all of these people doing all of these things, it's just not who you think. Jake Hudson does a lot of swatting too. You got to watch him. I heard he's done some porn bombing too, but I don't know about that. I haven't seen him do it. And but King Cobra's the one that got Fireman John and John Mazza. And John Mazza claims that it was Botter, and he's got the police report, but he won't show it because he's lying through his freaking teeth. See, John wants everybody to think he's a really smart fat boy sitting behind a computer, and he's a teacher. But this guy has made some of the stupidest 10-year-old mistakes I've ever seen in my life. The first one is he's the first one that said Botter was 14 years old. And I'm telling you, it just is not possible. Too many people have known Botter for too long, and there ain't no 10-year-old could pull off half the crap that Botter's done. You show me a 10-year-old that could do half the shit that Botter's done 4 years ago. He was doing all of the same stuff 4 years ago. See, I think he started out when he was about 17 doing this shit. But he's a young adult now, and he's pretty much stopped all that. He's just, I think he just got in a groove where he liked laughing at everybody, pointing fingers at everybody, because he knows nobody knows who did what. See? So he's laughing at you people. And I'll tell you another guy that does a lot of that porn bombing crap is Within again. See, now that guy will go in and copy your what do you call it? Your fucking picture or whatever you got up there with your name and all of that. And then he'll go into somebody's live stream pretending to be them. I've even seen him print off pictures of those people and then wave that in front of the camera so that you'll think that's that female over there. Next thing you know, he's flipped the screen around and boom, you're getting porn bombed. Or he's showing a picture. His favorite thing is black guys and fat women. Black guys and fat white women. He's weird like that. And sometimes he'll show a couple of white gay guys. He's done a lot of that actually. But people like Wheezy and a few of you other people caught on to him. Jake Hudson caught on to him too. He's another one because Jake Hudson does the same shit. That's how come. And once they caught on to who was doing what, and I just sat back and kept watching and listening. Everything Within said that happened to his accounts, not possible, guys. Not possible. He's never made that mistake that he claims he made. So he's full of the, you know what. You know where he used to have hair? If it looks like he's got hair, it's just all that shit coming out of his hair follicle. Yeah, that's how full of shit that guy is. And he really plays it off good, though. All of these guys do. They're masters at going into a live stream and somebody will ask them a direct question. Was that you that porn bombed so-and-so last night? Nah. They'll hold their head down and I don't know who that was. It could have been anybody. I mean, it might have been. I mean, for all we know, it was just put up there so, you know, they could, you know, get a bunch of hits and subscribers and viewers, or, you know, that's Within's excuse. And when he uses that excuse, I guarantee you he's lying. Now, y'all forget, I've known these guys for like Within and Fireman John and all of them. And Dumpster Rick and that really weirdo that acts like a little kid gets fixated on shit. He's always got something negative to say, and he sits back and laughs at it. It's the funny thing. And what everybody else is laughing at is him laughing at that shit, posting the shit that he posts. He's so fucking stupid. I don't get that guy. He's dumb. He's like my number one fan, but the guy's dumb, okay? And I think his biggest hang up is that he lives with two men, two very, very gay men. And he cannot come out with his own mouth and say, yes, I'm gay and I live with two men. My wife is a man. He cannot say those words, I promise you. He is so used to being in the closet, he'll never come out of the closet. And until he comes out of the closet, I couldn't trust a fucking word that come out of his mouth because he's a lying piece of shit. You dig? Not because he's gay. I ain't gonna do. A lot of you guys is gay out there, but I talk to y'all all the time, and we've conversed back and forth. But it's the lying part that I don't like, and I can't stand. And I'll stay away from that little bastard. Well, I wouldn't stay away from him if I seen him. I'd let him know I was there. He might never see me, but you know, might wake up the next day with his pants pulled down his ass and a big fat tree stump stuck up his big giant blowed out booty hole. I'm just kidding. But anyway, all jokes aside, that guy's got some serious problems. He watches all of my videos. Like if I live stream 5 times a day, he'll go watch all 5 of them. Not one time, but 2 times. And on top of that, he writes down timestamps of the video. He'll go back and watch the video at that timestamp, and then he wants to collect a little 10, 20 second, 30-second clip or whatever you did so he can make it look like something it's not. It's called taking things out of context. He does that more than anybody I have ever known in my entire life. Take shit out of context. And I've never seen a liberal do it that much, like a full blowed out liberal. You know what I'm saying? He's really got tunnel vision really bad. And I don't know what to say about that except for, well, there you go. That's Harry Brogan. I mean, yeah, that guy's funny. But his wife is 100% a man, and it's not a female. So when he says he's got a wife and they have a child, he does not have a child with that man. That man has a child with a fucking crackhead. She went to prison, and he got custody of the damn kid. That's the only way he was going to get custody, is if she went to prison. Okay, so if we know all of that is true, then that's how they got custody of the female child that they had living at their house. She ain't lived there in a long time because she got the fuck out of that freakazoid, and probably as soon as she turned 18. At least the timestamp looks like that's about when. And I don't blame her. I mean, would you? Who the hell wants to live with 3 fags? Well, I guess other gay guys. I mean, somebody in desperate need who's gay. But outside of that, even the old man's daughter didn't like him, wanted to move out. She couldn't wait, man. I'm telling you. So he can say all of that shit he wants. He can throw all of that up in your face that he wants. The fact of the matter is he's a 2-pronged Tootsie Roll. He likes one on each end. He loves to be the man in the middle. That is Harry Brogan. Now, I'm still looking for these birds, man. I don't know where they went and disappeared to. But probably get some smaller birds around here, maybe. Yeah, right. Now with all these eagles flying around hunting, I mean, eagle will drop down on another bird and kill it. Like if another bird, the main reason they leave the area is not because they're worried about the eagle hitting them in the tree. They do got to worry about that. And I've seen it, but here's the thing they got to worry about. What they got to worry about is if they make a kill. Because if an eagle just happens to be flying up there that he didn't see, or comes flying up and up and up and then right over him as he went down to make the kill, he's not looking at that eagle that just took off and gained that height. They went right over and looking down at him going, The eagle will drop down, kill him, and take his prey too. See? And he'll probably pick up the prey and carry it back with him. Maybe not. But yeah, that's a good meal for the youngins right there. You know, he probably grab the bird in one hand and the prey in the other hand and take off. Hey, look, Ma, I got 2. I'm gonna eat on the way home tonight. You know, but that's why all the other birds, they fear that, especially a bald eagle. A bald eagle will fold his wings in and catch a bird right in the middle of a tree. I mean, they're fearless like that. And you can think of them as the Three Stooges about 5% of the time. They will fly so fast and be so tunnel visioned in on that bird that what happens is they might even grab the bird, but then they smack their head or something, or they brush up into a branch that don't break. And yeah, that's when they go, oh shit. And they might even fall down to the ground and shit, shake it off. It even has killed big birds that have done that in the past. So, but with most of these trees out here, that's never going to be the case, except for this tree over here. It could be an issue. That's about the only tree in this given area right here. I mean, if you look over here, it's not going to happen in that big bushy tree. Really, there are no other trees out here. There might be one over here, maybe not, that could happen in. But it's not a tree indigenous to this area. It's a tree that somebody planted. Like that big bushy tree over there. It's not indigenous to this area right here. It's indigenous to another area. Somebody planted that probably back in the 50s. I mean, that tree's old. I mean, it might even been there longer than that. But somebody said some kind of nut like that. But you know, it's all good in the deal. But buy not 14, bro. What's it, Toya? Whatever your name is. Da, 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 da. It's just not possible. 10-year-olds don't carry apps on their phone that have voice overlays. Their parents would find that out pretty damn quick and do something about that, right? Generally speaking. Unless you're a family working together. A whole family just got arrested out in Tennessee for messing with people on the cell phones. And guess who that was? Wits End. Somebody we had a run in the past. Oh, yeah. Her and her mama and her fucking sister just got formally charged with internet crimes. Like a whole bunch of them. So anyway, that was on a good note when I seen that on news on the internet yesterday. I was smiling ear to fucking ear, man. I didn't even live stream about it. I just enjoyed it privately, like, yeah, motherfuckers. Actually, I'm the one that had a run-in with them. It was Wits and those guys that went and got those people that attacked me. Man, you guys attacked me so many times. What's next? You can put a hidden camera in my room and it's got one of them reach out cables and you can lift the blanket back a little bit, maybe pull my back my pants down and kind of look up there, look around my butthole section a little bit. You some freaky dudes. I wouldn't put it past these guys. I mean, they're really weird. Da, 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 da. Well, I wonder what else I could screw up on this live stream. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so on YouTube, I'm streaming on TBob Kermit. Congratulations on what? Somebody congratulate me. I don't know what the fuck that's about. And they had another fire down there last night. I got some bunch of boxes I got to take out, put down there. I just haven't done it yet. I mean, they're all gathered in the area. I just got to tear them down, carry them out there. And I'll tie them up. You know, one big happy bundle. Put them right out there in that fire pit out there. And that will definitely keep the fire going. Or they could do whatever. I tell you, shit happens and we just keep on walking. Or in some cases, rolling. But yeah, just wait for another eagle to pop up. I really rather see, if I don't get to see the bald eagles today, I want to see some of those more rare hawks, like the common hawk or, you know, the Harris hawk or the Webley hawk or something like that. You know, maybe a white hawk or, you know, just any of these other hawks that they got. They got, I think it's called a Weaver hawk. They got all kinds of hawks that fly through here. Most of them, you don't even know what the hell they are. You go try to look them up. Maybe you'll find them, maybe you won't. And I'll tell you the biggest bird that people misidentify with the hawk is the kite. The kite is, they can be the same size as a lot of hawks. Uh, a lot of your hawks are, a lot of your hawks are about 9.5 feet wingtip to wingtip, and a lot of your kites are about 9.5 feet wingtip to wingtip. The biggest way that I found that you can tell most of them apart is kites are stream colored. So like from the front part of their wing will be a color, and down the middle of their wing, or the, like, it may be, usually it's two-tone, but sometimes it could be three-tone, or it could be like a pyramid colors or triangle colors going down the middle, and then a lighter color in the back or whatever. But usually it's a darker up front, lighter in the back. Very distinctive colors here though, right? So then like the top will also be a whole different pattern. You dig? And but most hawks, you can tell them right away what they are, and some of them you got to look at the feet. Like the talons, I mean, they don't have feet, I know, but if you look at the talons and see, are they yellow, or are they it might be you know, you got your real bright yellow and then a dull yellow. You got a real dull yellow on the legs and the talons. There's two different hawks, but if they look very much similar, almost exact in the pattern, might be just off here or there, but to look at right away, they look the same. We don't see them all the time. You won't know which is which. But if you look at their features, their beak and their talons in particular, you'll be able to tell which one they are when you Google them. You'll know exactly which one it is. And so that's a good piece of advice to people out there wondering about how to tell one hawk from another, or one kite from another, or a kite from a hawk. A hawk has different patterns. The ones that do have patterns, unlike the common black hawk, which is just all black, what you then are looking at, you're going to look at you're looking at a lot of hawks will have like a solid color, and then they got like a lot of dots all the way on them. For example, maybe they'll be like brown with yellow dots all over them, kind of thing. You will never see a kite with that pattern, because again, the kites run patterns front to back, sideways on the lines, one side to the other, completely the same color, like a line all the way through. I don't even know what the hell that was. Just flew by. I didn't get a good look at him. Probably a woodpecker. If I had to guess, I'd say by the sound he was making, it's a woodpecker. Woody woodpecker. We got like 3 different kinds of woodpeckers flying around the house right now. It's pretty cool. And of course, we see the most common one predominantly. And then yeah, I like the smaller birds too when there's a variety of them in here. And some of them live over here and they have nests in these trees, and they're there for a good part of the year, and then they'll go to another nest and come back to this nest, see if the eggs hatch yet. But they got it timed out pretty good. And what you generally see is, like, you'll see a smaller bird come out of nowhere and maybe right over there catch another bird that saw him and just took off, and it'll catch it in the air. I've seen this, and land behind the vehicle, and just that bird you never see again unless you walk over there and look at the ground. And he'll be a bigger bird, and you're wondering, like, okay, what is a warbler doing attacking a bigger cardinal, like the all red cardinal with the black mask? Now that's a big cardinal. It's big. We got another kind of cardinal here. It's not near as big. And actually, we got a few, I think, that fly through here. But the two in particular that fly through here, I seen the bigger one get taken out by a warbler. Matter of fact, I seen one got taken out by one of those other birds that's very common down here. I can't think of what it's called offhand. It's not a warbler. I'm tired right now too. I can't think of what it's called. I'll think of it in a minute. But they're like a third of the size, you know. But they still, boy, these are some badass birds. Shit, you go messing with their eggs, and they will go after that bird that did it with a vengeance. They will look to kill that motherfucker. You ever wonder why they attack certain people? Well, if the person left some kind of scent around any of his nests that were tore down, well, they're going to go look for that person and try to attack them. That's true. And then some birds are just territorial. So, you know, you get too close to their nest or wherever they're at, and they'll attack you. Very few birds are like that, but there are some out there. You know, like the blackbirds you see walking on the ground. You also see the heron. The heron is a like the blackbird is. That's definitely a woodpecker. The heron is more of a grayish color compared to the blackbird. But now here in Illinois and Chicago, those birds attack people if they walk underneath them. They're perched up on a tree or a light post. I think that's funny. But no, Botter's not the one that was doing the barn bombing, and he's not going to be doing any more of that, I don't think. But, well, I don't think he ever did it. If he did, nobody knew about it. Nobody reported him for doing it, like more than once. He's a smart guy. He's not dumb. I got a feeling he was an A student in school. Of course, nowadays to be an A student, you got to be bisexual because you got to sleep with the female teacher and the male teacher to get your A's, especially that A plus, right? Yeah, seen that going to high school a lot. I actually reported one of the teachers, and I hope he don't come looking for me. No, he would have been an old man by now. He'd be so fucking old. Oh fuck. He'd be like up in his 80s. Okay, he never came looking for me, but he spent like 10 years in penitentiary, or 15. I think it was 15. Yeah, because they caught him with like a couple of the youth. Came and told the rest of them didn't tell on him, but he slept with a lot. Every year he was sleeping with new high school females. They wanted the ones that wanted a better grade that were willing to do that. You know, the horrors of society. Yeah. The ones that already were professional by the time they hit 11th grade or 12th grade. I mean, I seen one not too far back, believe it or not. Also must have relocated down to this area. And she was a complete freaking hoe. And I was looking at her when I first met her, and she completely turned me down and shot me down. She was fucking out of sight. She was better looking than Wonder Woman, only she was blind. And I seen her here a while back, and she came up to me and just looks at me. I just, hey, whatever, kept on walking. Then I seen her again a second time, and she's really looking at me hard, you know. Like, I was like, I never said nothing to her either. I think I might have said hi, but that would have been about it. See you around. And like, I got no interest in this girl, man. Like, none. Once I learned what she was about, it was like limp city on that one. Oh God, it's disgusting. And so I don't know where she's at or what she did. I don't even care. be honest with you. But it's funny how things roll around. And I got to thinking back on it, and I really hope she's not homeless. And couldn't say anything about it where she was at. Maybe both times I seen her was at the same location, and I'm starting to, I'm starting to think that, and it's a very good possibility. I mean, why else should we come up me looking like, take me home, I'll fuck you right now? I mean, what the fuck? And she's still really fantastic looking for her age, and she's same age I am. She's 55, and she is super hot. I mean, fantastic looking. But when you get to know what she's been about in her lifetime, you don't want it. No way. I'd have to get a whole nother bed and section off my room. Like, oh no. Not gonna fucking ever happen there. And I don't know. I get turned off by women, like in real life. Like, I see one on TV and she could be the biggest fucking whore in the world. Who cares? But like, if you're talking about moving one in with you, well, unless that's all you care about is having those kind of women around, and you move in, like you want to move in, 3 or 4 of them kind of women at one time, or 2, or whatever you got going, or 10, then like, what the fuck is you doing messing with something like that? They got all kinds of shit, and they'll give it to you. They got shit they don't even know about, man. And I guarantee fucking to you, I ain't doing that. Any of you women that's hoes, don't even come looking at me like that. Well, a hoe might be, she'd be in a relationship here, relationship there. And that's another kind of woman I don't want to ever hook up with, is one that, like, I met women that only move in with a guy for maybe 6 months. A lot of people call them gypsies, but they're not. They're not really gypsies. What they are is they like to get with a guy for about 3 months, let him bone the hell out of them, and then the newness of it wears off according to them, and they want to go get with another guy, and then another guy, another guy, another guy, another guy, another. It's like that. They have no maturity about sex whatsoever. Like a guy could go for 2 or 3 days. He don't want no nookie, man. Of course, at the 3rd or 4th day, it's oh fuck. Next 3 months, that's all we're gonna be doing is bang. But I mean, a woman will sense that wrong, and she'll be like, I guess it's time for me to go find another fuck buddy. They're weird like that. And there was another woman, a buddy of mine referred to as gorgeous beyond belief. She was a very petite, sexy ass black woman, but that's all I used to run with back in the day anyway. And he couldn't believe it. He was shocked. He's like, hey, she just came right up to Bob and ignored everybody else and just walked right up to, threw the biggest hug and kiss on him you ever seen in your freaking life. He said, I still can't believe it. And he pestered me for a week. I still can't believe it. But how did you do that? Oh, God. What was it, mind control? Did you even know her? I mean, it was pretty wild that week. But the fact of the matter is, when she came back and I saw her a couple of years after, with this little fuck buddy thing, I thought about it and I said, I changed my life. I don't want to be sleeping around with people that are sleeping around. And I know she likes sleeping around with like 2 guys at the same time in a relationship. Like, she could be married to one guy and has another guy as a fuck buddy, same size dick and all. She likes it like that, and or close to it, I guess. Because I remember she got with me and I asked her. I said, we had that conversation. She said, yeah, I'm fucking so and so. I think you might know him. I said, yeah, matter of fact, I do know that guy. So how long y'all been going at it? And she told me roughly, well, I guess she moved into the area. She met him, she met me. And I said, so what would you say is the difference? She says, I use a rubber on him and you got a much thicker girth than he does. And I don't use a rubber with you. And I thought, That can't be good. It can't be good on my end. I guess she thought that was good. I don't know. Whatever there. But when I seen her again, a few years later, I thought about it. I said, well, I don't want to get with this chick, unless she's changed her lifestyle like that. And I didn't really have time to sit there and have that discussion. I guess maybe I could have, but I wasn't interested. Is that weird? I just wasn't interested. And there's a lot more to this story, of course, it meets out. We're just not that compatible. We were only compatible in bed, and she was really good. She was fantastic. Best I ever had to this day in bed, in fact. But, I got new plans on the horizon. I'm not messing around with you women. I'm holding out for my woman in Africa. And if I sneak a little one in here or there, ain't none of y'all going to know if it's true or not. And so that's the interesting part. Women can't really hide it like men can. You can't hide it like men can. Admit it. That's one of the advantages to being a man. And I'll tell you, if you do got a skinnier dick than mine, which there's a lot of guys that do, a lot of guys that don't. There's a lot of you that do. And let me tell you, let me give you a better example. For those of you that knew Fitness Frank or ever went over and watched his videos, that dude got some girth like there ain't no tomorrow for a white guy. I mean, he's bonking about like that soft. The fuck you talking about? And yeah, he split a woman wide open if she ain't never been split open that big yet. I mean, she'll be going like she's a virgin all over again compared to most of you out there. But the thing is, the smaller dick guy, he'll always know if the woman been messing around on him. If the other guy has bigger girth than him. Like you take a guy whose cock's that big around, and then you take a guy whose cock's that big around, and that's the one she's living with, and she goes off and has sex for a couple of days with the guy whose cock's that big around. And then the next time them two get together, it could be 3 days after the fact. He's gonna know. It's a little bit fucking, what the fuck happened to this pussy? Give it the old handshake. Yep, know what you've been up to, woman. Yeah. That'll be the end of that. So yeah, it's the other way around. It's the guy with the big cock. If she's living with him and then she's having sex with a guy with a little bit smaller girth, well, the big dick guy, he's not ever gonna know. He's not ever gonna know. If that guy got herpes or hepatitis or some crap like that, you're fucked. Or maybe some fungus. Ugh. Go to eating your mouth off. You ever see them guys? I seen a guy in the hospital, like, where he got a big old patch on his face, covered part of his eye right there. And then, dang, buddy, what happened? You get burned or something? And his wife looked at me and said, oh, you don't want to know, honey. Or she said, hun, oh, you don't want to know, hun. And I said, actually, now I really do want to know. I'm really curious. And she goes, yeah, it's an STD. I'll just leave it at that. And I said, well, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I pretty much, I don't sleep around no more. I'm scared of it now. I met so many people that's had so many problems. And she says, well, she said, we're past the skin graft. They can't even skin graft his face no more. And so they're talking about they got to put in some kind of prosthetic to give him a face over here. And but they were talking about giving him a new face with where they cut the meat out past it a certain extent. Like they would probably have to cut him like right there, like all the way up around his scalp and shit like that, and then go cut somebody else's face off and put it on there. Like face off, face on. And I don't ever know what happened to that guy, but I remember a guy coming up to me few years later, and he says, no, it was like 2 years later. And he goes, hey, it's me. You remember me? The guy with a patch over his face? It's me. You remember me? And I look at the guy, and I look at one side of his face, and I look at the other. There wasn't that much of a difference. They did a fucking excellent job if that was him. And I said, nah, you're not the guy in a wheelchair with the patch all over the side of his head, were you? And he goes, yeah, that was me. I said, wow. I said, you turned out fantastic. He said, yeah, all my face over here was eaten off completely. He said, you could see all of my gums, my teeth, and the meat and everything. It was bad. I was hurting. I was like that. And that's why I was in the wheelchair. And I'm like thinking, somebody must have overheard our conversation or something. I couldn't believe that was him. It might have been him, I guess, but he said it was. But what do I know? He looked too good. Like he never had the skin graft. I mean, he looked totally healed up. And he was energetic too. And that's what got me. So I don't really sleep around guys like anymore like you think. I mean, those were the younger days before I had the knowledge that tells me that you're better off just jerking yourself off these days. Especially these days. You're way better. Jack off through high school, jack off through until you're about, fucking old enough you meet the right one. And how do you know you meet the right one? Well, good luck there, because I'm going to tell you, you can never ask enough questions when you're trying to get to know somebody. Because if that other person truly is the right one, they'll answer your questions and you'll answer theirs. And that's how you'll know, for the most part. And I'll tell you another little secret. She got kind of a long, excuse me there, kind of a long nose. And she's got that darker complexion. She's probably Middle Eastern. So it might be a really good time to ask the real questions like, your parents are Middle Eastern? Is that right? And then she said, oh, no, man, my daddy was Puerto Rican and my mother was Mexican. Well, there you go. There's your answer on that. Of course, generally, there's going to be a little bit darker complected. Well, not Puerto Rican. They're lighter, but you get down South Mexico and they're like black people, like beautiful skin complexion. Boy, let me tell you, they got I talk a lot about Irene Cara. She was one of my all-time favorites growing up as a singer. In fact, she was probably my all-time greatest female singer overall. Whitney Houston, number one with The Voice. I don't know who I'd put number two. God, there's so many great ones. I don't know. Irene Cara, she's definitely, I'm going to say she's probably in the top three because of her energetic way and her niceness. She was the nicest person out of all of them top 10 female artists by far, and it's not even close. And she was a very down-to-earth person. She kept it real. And she was sort of what you call a class act, like Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was a class act. Like that dude that played the gambler, what's his name? He was kind of a class act. And he had his freaky days, but he grew out of it real quick. And he went back to Christianity. So me, I'm not going to say I'll never be with a Middle Eastern woman in bed, but I doubt I will ever be with one of those kind of women because there's too many differences. See, there's too many differences. And unless she's really Americanized, brought up here and a lot like me and stuff, it ain't going to be nothing but a one-night stand. I've been with Middle Eastern women before, and they're pretty damn good in bed. But, I think that's what they're bred for. It's all they know right over there. Then they come over here and they got a whole nother life. So if they're brought over here fairly young, then anything could change. It depends on how their parents brought them up. There's a lot of factors in it. It depends. You get one of them who maybe the parents died and brought up by their sister, their brother. That could have a major impact on how they turn out. If they're well educated, if they got a good job, a career, or whatever, or no job at all, then I mean, a lot of those things are major factors. You know, because when you're talking a relationship, you're also talking a financial partnership. So, you know, you really got to look at the partner you're with and paint this picture right. I think nowadays, before in the past, when I got with women, ask them a few questions. Okay, come on, you know, like, uh, chicks stay there for 5 days. Chicks stay there for 3 months. Chick stays with you for 7 years. It's a little crazy, and then sometimes the one you're with brings you one home, and that's where it gets a little tricky, right? Like, oh damn, thanks. Or do you go, oh God, baby, I thought we talked about this, whatever. So there's a lot of contributing factors to that, I think. But I don't think I'll ever get with a Middle Eastern woman. You know, I got married. I'm in Sierra Leone. That's where I'm headed. So you guys out there doing a freaky do and playing around, good luck to you. But odds are in today's society, depending on where you live, you're gonna catch something. Down here where I live, it's not one of the top 10 hot spots, probably. Oh yeah, it is, because I live on the border and I don't live too far from the biggest bridge on the southern border. Maybe the biggest bridge on the north or south border. I don't know, but I know it's the biggest one on the southern border. And this area right here is a hot spot for all kinds of different folks. Predominantly, it's Mexican American, but you get people down here from different countries in South America, Mexico, Central America, the islands. You get people here from all over the world, man. We got people here from Vietnam, Korea, China, Japan, you name it, they're down here, man. People from Europe, England, France, Spain, Arabic people. There's a lot of Arabic people here, and they're scared, right? So they change their name to Mexican names when they get down here. Not all of them, but the majority. I'd say 90% of them change their names, and I don't blame them a bit, because most of them ain't got nothing to do with all that BS that goes on with all of that anyway. But every once in a while, one of them does. Every once in a while, one of them does. And yeah, you gotta, I take people for face value most of the time. And I would say 80% of the time it bites me in the ass every time. So I'd be better off looking up most of them I ever met. But yeah, I'm a Christian guy, so my family is the Christians, right? So what kind of woman do you think I want to hook up with for the rest of my life? A Christian woman. There you go. And I don't want one of these Americanized Christians, because everybody out there says, somebody says, what religion are you? And they go, I'm Christian. You lying motherfucker. You ain't no Christian. And they're not. They're just not. Might as well say, well, I'm more of a Babylonian than a Christian, but yeah, about 10% Christian at the most. That would be an honest answer for most of you cocksuckers out there. And in America anyway, and we've just been hit so hard. There are a lot of Christians here, but there's not a lot of practicing Christians out there. You got a lot more practical, what I call practical Christians. It'd be more of your Babylonian Christian. And I'm not interested in those kind of people or those kind of women. I don't need it. Ain't got no time for it. It's just not something that's required. So anyway, I went live. I didn't really want to go live, but I went live, and it's because I saw some bald eagles out yonder, but they're not over hunting this area today. I would love to see like about 4 or 5 of them just fly right there, you know. Because when a bald eagle's hunting a given area, they're not leaving unless something like a golden eagle pops in and runs them off. And even then, usually it's just he'll get up there and fly higher and he'll circle. But every time he circles, like he'll go from here, he'll do a little circle, then a little further out, a little further out, a little further out. And as he's circling out and out and out and out and out, running them birds off, as he does a little circle, the other bird right here, he's circling, or he's flying like this. They got to be worried about other birds too. So they'll do their little pattern flying off, little zigzag thing, and maybe they'll do a good hard turn to the right. Is this good enough? He circles again and again, and finally the birds just take off and go over there a little ways, and you know, and then the other bird will fly back the other way or take off, go get his family and move in, or whatever the plan is. And but that's the kind of action you see when birds take over territory. Generally speaking, birds don't have to fight for territory, but that 20% of the time, roughly, they do have to fight for the territory. And when they do, they come into an area and they look around and say, God dang, all these people eat my food up in here. Brother Rob, go get the shotgun. But they will kill other birds at that point in time when there's a lot of other competition around and they just moved into an area. And it'll be a surprise attack. You don't have to worry about that. But once they make a kill or two, and the other birds kind of find out about it because they got that little bird lingo, right? And all them birds disappear for a while. So I'm looking forward to seeing the bald eagle here. If it's here, any bird flying just north of here right now, when they see them fucking bald eagles, yeah, they're going to go way the fuck around them, or they're going to haul ass through there. They're not going to slow down. Because the height that these black eagles are flying right now, that damn bald eagle will kill them. He'll definitely kill a common eagle like shit, and no problem. And there is no kite that can stand up to a bald eagle. I'll just put it that way. You put the male against male, bald eagle's gonna win every fucking time. Now, bald eagle will kill any other bird in the sky, and the only bird that he backs down from is the golden eagle. And there is another eagle that's bigger, but I've never heard of it beating a bald eagle. It's possible though. So there's only maybe 2 birds out there that could potentially back down a bald eagle. Those 2 birds, and the California condor is another one. No vulture in the world, except for that one that they got in Russia, might be able to defeat a bald eagle. And it's not because a bald eagle is as big as they are, or bigger, or that much bigger. It's because the bald eagle is so freaking aggressive. A bald eagle will attack a bird in the sky and kill it. He'll attack him right on the back and grab both his wings and just nail him, grab his neck and break it. Usually it's what they'll do first attack like that. They'll fly down, break his neck, and then take off again, and the other bird will just whoop, drop right down. It's that quick. You might not even see it if you blink your eyes. Like seriously, if it happens out here that quick, I'll tell you what you'll see. See a bald eagle fly down, and you'll, oh man, and you look down at your phone. I look down at my phone to turn it around, and all we'd see is maybe at the edge of the treetop, you see a little dot go down. If you replayed the video in slow-mo. And the eagle done attacked him and took back off and started flying around again, making sure there ain't no other birds in his territory. That's kind of how that works. Yeah. They also will attack in the air and they'll battle it out in the air. Like they'll chase a bird and they'll circle for a while and then the bird will take off and they'll circle. The problem with the bald eagle is they can be relentless. They don't let up on the attack, generally speaking. But I saw this documentary on them not far back that the bald eagle attacked this bird 3 times and then flew off from him. And he was clearly winning the battle. The other bird I don't even think he got a bite in on him. And but that's just how aggressive they are. They'll attack a bird, but if the other bird get the fuck out of there, they don't want to go chase them down and go through. They just get the fuck out of here, attack. And but if it's a I'm gonna kill you attack, the bald eagle will not stop until the bird is dead. That's just the way it is. They've been known to land next to a bird that dropped out of the sky just to make sure the motherfucker was dead. That's a bald eagle. And now you know why the bald eagle is so feared by all the other birds. Even eagles bigger than them generally don't want to mess with the bald eagle except for the golden eagle. But you got to remember the golden eagle is 20 feet wingspan, wingtip to wingtip. The females can get up to 22 feet wingspan to wingspan. The only bird that runs them off is the California condor. It's the only fucking bird. And I have seen that. We've watched that in my live stream up in the sky here. There were vultures. There were 3 vultures, up in the sky. About twice as far out was the California condor. And they look so similar. The vulture, the Texas vulture, the main one you see in the pictures, and up in the air, they look so much like a condor. The condor I thought was another vulture. I didn't realize he was twice as far out as these vultures I was looking at. And then eventually the vulture spotted him after he flew overhead and then started circling, but he was out further also. But as he came down, he was coming at him, and they all 3 dispersed. One went that way, one went that way, and the other one went that way. To each his own, right? And they spread and got the fuck out of Dodge. And he was still flew around for a little bit, and then he kind of flew off that way. And he didn't fly in any. So they all 4 went in 4 directions. But what else we saw was the golden eagle. The golden eagle had his, or she, because she was the female of the family. And she didn't look like she was any bigger than maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd say 16 feet wingtip to wingtip. That's a big golden eagle, but the problem is they get bigger than that. So he's not even a full-grown adult male or female. She's not. And I don't think the male was either unless both of them were her youths. But it looked like the one was quite a bit bigger than the third one, the second one, and that's the male. So it looked like the male, the female, and their son or daughter or whatever flying. They flew the fuck off. When they saw that California condor over here, the golden eagles flew back east, and they didn't even slow down. They sped up, if anything. So I'm gonna tell you right now, the California condor is the baddest fucking bird in the air. I don't think there's another bird that can beat it. I don't think that the Russian, I don't know what kind of bird that's called. It might be listed as a vulture, and it might be listed as a condor for all I know. They got really long necks and an extremely large beak. They might be the equal to these birds, except for one problem. The golden eagle is the biggest fucking eagle, but the condor is the biggest fucking bird. You dig? I was watching the deal on them the other day. The female was 22 feet long. No, 22 feet 8 inches long. So you might as well say 23 feet wide, wingtip to wingtip. And I couldn't believe those numbers. 22.8 feet long. Another 4 inches, it's officially 23 feet long. And They say that there's been condors that have gotten upwards around 25 feet wingspans. God dang. Could you imagine a bird that fucking big? But I think they said the biggest one that particular group had ever measured was over 23 feet long. 23, 4 or 5 or 6. And she could potentially outgrow the biggest one they've ever seen. It's pretty big. And they said due to her age and whatnot, I guess I've been tracking her for years, that she very well could potentially outgrow the biggest bird on record for condor. That bird lives right now. She hunts in the mountainous valley areas. She's like the top fucking bird. If she lands somewhere to perch up, whatever bird is there, if it ain't her family, they take off. Yeah, you want this spot? Yes, ma'am. And they get the fuck out of there. In bird world, the female is the badass bird. I got to tell you guys. But in some cases, it's the male. But not when you're talking those big birds. In the condor world, the female is the badass bird, not the male. The males would be about equal to or bigger than your golden eagle. So if you get an extremely large golden eagle, and let's say she gets upwards around, I don't know, what's the average wingspan of a golden eagle? I think it's 18 feet wingtip to wingtip. So you're talking, some of the females get about 20 feet. That's about, maybe you might go 23 at best. I've never heard of one that big. I don't know if there's ever been one recorded that big, but they do get about that big. So even 22 and a half feet, that would be like one of the biggest fucking eagles to ever exist, at least in our lifetime. So what you're looking at is you would be looking at one hell of a battle between a male condor and a female golden eagle. Now, if that female golden eagle, California condor gets involved, it's over. And they both have fairly long necks and large beaks, but the California condor has a longer neck and a bigger beak. And therein is the difference between the two. I would say that a golden eagle can kill a California condor, even if it's 2 or 3 feet bigger in the wingspan overall. But in order to do it, the golden eagle has to have the altitude over the condor, and he has to really be pissed off, or she, and want to kill that damn bird, and then it will happen. You'll never see it in California because there's too many of them that group together out there. They'll gang up on that eagle. But out here where I live, it could happen. It's very possible. I just don't think I'm ever going to see it because that damn California condor that we saw was fucking huge. It was every bit of 20 feet wings because the damn vultures were, hell, they get about 9, 10 feet. And the California condor was easily twice as big, or almost twice as big, or right at, maybe at least, I would say right at twice as big if I could remember correctly. I think my final deduction on it was he was twice as big. So you're talking about a 20-foot plus bird coming down on you. I mean, that's just, guys, that's just huge. You got to have an extremely large golden eagle to want to mess with something like that. And you're just not going to see it. Birds are too smart. They're like, man, I'm not going to go through all that fucking trouble, have to do all that flying just to kill that big motherfucker. And in the end, the golden eagle could still lose. The only way that the golden eagle would do it is if the other bird was concentrated down on the ground for prey and just didn't look back over its shoulder because it doesn't have another thing to worry about in the sky besides the airplane. Run into one of them, you're going to down the airplane. And but and then if the golden eagle were to swoop down from on top of it really fast, grab it and break its neck, then it's guaranteed. Yeah, of course that the golden eagle's going to win that battle 100% of the time. But that's the only way, guys. And I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. The condor is a smart fucking hunter. They get way the hell up there, way the hell up there, way beyond hunting range. And they will circle down slowly to scare all the birds off. And when all the birds are gone, they got the whole hunting area to look around for themselves. Even a jackrabbit, I think those large birds like that, just unless they're really hungry or fixing to migrate and just want an extra meal, they're not even going to go after a rabbit unless it's a big ass jackrabbit. You know, one of them suckers is like 4 feet long, kind of thing. Three feet. They probably go after one of them. The little bitty rabbits y'all are used to seeing, nah, they wouldn't. That'd be, if they went after that, it would be okay. I'll fucking eat one of these. They'll go after a rabbit, but generally they're looking for anything like a goat, a pony, a German Shepherd, a Jaguarundi. They might even attack one of them. They could definitely kill one. The only problem with the Jaguarundi, like some of them other smaller wildcats maybe, but a Jaguarundi is known as the bird killer amongst all cats. They are the bird killer. So any bird that flies within its range, like under 9 feet in the air, the Jaguarundi will jump up, flip upside down, and grab that fucking bird, sink its teeth in, preferably the neck. And when they land, then, well, you got a dead bird. Hopefully, right? Because if you don't get a good swipe in on that bird, they might be hanging on by one wing. That's going to be one dead fucking cat. I got news for you. If they land on the ground and they face off, a bald eagle will kill a Jaguarundi. Definitely a golden eagle. Anything is big or bigger than a golden eagle will definitely kill the Jaguarundi face to face. There's no way around it. The only way the Jaguarundi is going to win is if he happens to be hunting with another cat, like his wife or maybe even his junior. You got 3 cats. That'd be the only thing that might save his life. That or if he just hauled ass and started running. That'll save his life if he gets that chance. But those, I don't think you understand how big their beaks are. Okay, some of these birds' beaks are at least as long as this, if not longer. And they are razor sharp. And when that bird lands down on you from behind, they're going to do a lot of damage to something and kill most anything that they come down on. That's just the reality of it, folks. Like, now y'all heard of that bad weather bird? It's also called the blackbird. That bird is not a blackbird, and it's believed to be the biggest bird in our lifetimes. It's been caught on video, but they wouldn't absolutely guarantee the size. I think it's because they were scared to. Yeah, what the fuck landed in there? I don't know what that is. Something blue in there. Oh, that's weird. I'll just drink it. Go dump out the rest. Gonna have to go wipe it out, wash it out, whatever it is. Anyways, guys, it's been fun, man. Y'all have a good time. I ain't seen nobody lives here, so I can just keep on live streaming. I generally try to respect people around here. And if they show up around me, I let them know I'm live streaming, or I'll just cut it off. Sometimes I cut it off. They say, "You live streaming?" I say, "Yeah." They keep on walking. Sometimes they'll just sit down anyway and start chit chatting. But beautiful weather out here, the Rio Grande Valley, Texas area. Perfect weather. And you know, it's even in the sun. Wonderful. Just a slight array of a slight bit of warmth. That's it. Perfect time to be outside. I want to play some football, go golfing, baseball, whatever, soccer. This is the weather to do it in. Ooh, and we got the breeze here. Keeps it cool. But as soon as you think you might be getting a little bit too warm, that breeze comes in. Oh, God, it feels good. Let me tell you. Anybody want an old van or a dually? I don't even know if it's got any parts left on it, but don't even know if the motor's any good, but there you go, folks. I think they didn't get rid of that one because I think their son's got one. Then similar, close enough to that, he comes over here and gets parts off of it when he needs it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to cut you a present and then peace out and God bless. Ooh, them birds make all kinds of sounds, don't they?